Hi guys, welcome to the Resinator. Today's video is going to be part of the A-Lotl-Axolotl's collaboration, which is put together by Erica at Kitschy Kitten Studios. I think I've got that right. So I've got my little axolotl mould there, and I think I'm going to try and do him or her in contrasting colours again for the gills, which we in our group call flaps, and his back fin that goes down his tail. So let's mix some resin. So this resin is now ready, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of Hummingbird Pearl resin pigment from Create and Bloom into it. Look at that colour. This is actually one of my favourite pigments, one of my favourite colours from Create and Bloom. I'm just going to pop a little bit more in there, and that should be enough. As usual, I'm covered in it. I'm not sure if I've made enough here, but I think I'm going to have to do the gills first and let them cure up a little bit before I do any more. So I'm going to try using a pipette. There's a good possibility that this is going to go hideously wrong. Okay, now that one I can see down into. Let's give it a good squidge. And then the same with the next one. Yeah, too much. Now I can see down into them, and I just think I need to add a tiny bit more, and then do the other side, and then try and clean up anything that's not gone where I want it to, which is probably quite a lot. So So I've done what I can with the gills for now. I've sort of filled, I don't want to move it too much because otherwise it's going to spill everywhere. I've done the larger two at the bottom and partially filled the next two, but I need what's in there to cure before I can move this around anymore. So I don't waste what I've got here, I'm going to fill the fin as well, or as much as I can. So I'm just going to pop a bit in from there. I'm really not good with pipettes at all. The only thing with this is the end isn't as pointy. But it's in, so I'm gonna lift this end up slightly because I don't really want it to run into the head, but I also don't want to lose what I've already got in the fins, and I think that's about right actually. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm just going to clean up around the edges, which will be the bottom of his tail, and then I'll pop the heat mat on and I'll be back to you when this first bit is cured. This is all cured now. I'm going to bring him round that way and hopefully you can see where all of his gills are filled. Hopefully to the end, to the tips. Now, because of the angle of these, I did have to do this in 3 stages. I had to mix up 3 separate bits of resin and add a bit in and then cure it with my mat, with my heat mat on each time. So yeah, hopefully they're going to be all right. So I've now mixed my next batch of resin, and this is just clear resin with some April Showers Luxe Sparkle in it from Create and Bloom. And I'm not going to fill it right up because there's going to be another stage to this. I'm standing up so I can see, but I want a bit in his back and a little bit in his head, but not up to the eyes. I think that's enough. Yeah, that's enough. I'm going to have to do a little bit of clean up around there, I think. And I'm not going to be able to put any more in the tail because otherwise it's going to flow into the head. So I'm going to stop there. I might take a little bit out of there actually. So I'm going to clean that up, let that cure, and then I'll be back to put in the final layer. This is all cured now, so it's time to get the last layer of resin in there. I'm quite happy with how that's come out so far. I am still pretty nervous about getting those gills out though, but that'll come later. So I've already mixed my resin. Hopefully I've done enough. I don't mind if I've done too much because I've always got a drip mould. At the moment I'm doing a skull. So the colours I'm going to use for these 2 batches of resin, one is called April Arcana and one is called It's Pouring. It's Pouring is a mica powder and it's a nice bluey grey, and the April Arcana is an epoxy pigment which is also a nice bluey grey. With the April Showers Luxe Sparkle that is already in there, this is part of a set, and I can't remember what it's called. It is called Rain Light Rituals. I had to check my computer screen then. And they're all from Create and Bloom. So I figured that I might as well use the other two and combine them together and see what we get. So let's go with the mica first. That's a really pretty colour. I'm not sure how it comes out on camera, but in real life it's hard to say whether it's a blue or a grey. It's really pretty. So I'm just giving this a really good mix in. Because we don't want any lumps of powder. To be fair, the better quality powder, the less lumps you'll get, because it'll just melt into the resin. And with Create and Bloom products, I've never had an issue with that because they're such good quality. Okay, let's move on to the other one, which, as you can see, I haven't opened yet. Where's my knife? There it is. So with this one, it will have settled, so I'm just going to give it a really good mix up and then scrape off the excess.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Clearly my robot thinks that I'm saying its name. Now this one's less blue and more grey, and that's lovely. I was hoping that they wouldn't come out too similar, and it looks like they haven't, so they should look really good when I pour them in there together. I'm just scraping my stick on the side because there's always going to be pigment left on there. Don't want to waste any. There we go. So let's bring him forward. I'm going to give it a little spray with some alcohol, and now I'm just going to do a double pour. And I'm not going to mix this because I want to see what effects I can get by not touching it. So there we go. Now we just sit and wait. I'm going to give it a little spritz with alcohol to get rid of any surface bubbles there. I'm just going to check that all of his toes are filled, and I will see you back for the demold. So our axolotl is ready to demold. And something tells me I'm in for a fight. Well, there's 1 foot with all the toes intact. 2. I've got gloves on because this edge is going to be probably sharp. And I have cut myself on resin before. It's not something I want to repeat. Right, okay, tails out. Whew. The bit I'm worried about is the flaps. If I've got any bubbles in them, they're just going to snap. Oh, this is awful. Well, I've got 2 out. 3. Oh, they look awesome. Oh, I really hope the other ones stay on. Oh no, I broke the tip off. Have I? No, I haven't. No, I don't think it ever had a tip, actually. I think that was a bubble. But look at him. Oh my goodness me. Oh, I really love that. Those colours work together beautifully. I really love it. I've got a couple of tiny little bits of the Tiny Turner pigment from last time in there, and it didn't matter how hard I tried, I could not get them out. And so I had a feeling it would probably come out on this pour, but I'm really, really happy with how well these flaps have come out. I'm going to bring him up. Look. And I don't even care about that little tip there. I love it. I could have done a tidier job, I think, with the tail fin, but it's a really fiddly mould. There's not much room to work, not like the frogs. But I love that. I absolutely love it. So all I need to do now, and I'm not going to do it on camera, there is some bubbles in the chin, and I was sitting there looking at it last night while it was curing, and it had been on the heat mat, so it was already quite solidified. And I looked over at it and I was like, oh no, I didn't run anything underneath the chin because of the bubbles. So I knew I was going to get some. But to be fair, they're not that bad. I've had much worse. And there's a couple underneath the tail. But nothing too serious. But I love it. I love how those 2 colours marbled. So next job is to clean up the bottom because it's quite sharp. I'll do that with a deburring tool and pop a little face on him, and then you'll see pictures of the finished axolotl at the end. So there we go. So if you like what I'm doing, please pop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It's a couple of little clicks, it's free, and it really helps me grow the channel. Links to everything that I've used in this project will be down in the description, along with links to my Etsy store, my eBay store, to buy me a coffee, and the super thanks button. Thank you to everybody that's already done that for me. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and everything that comes in from those goes straight back into the channel. Memberships are now open, so feel free to pop down and click on the join button to have a look. And all that's left to say is thank you everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care guys. Bye.